Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell in my last video, I broke the pegs on my Baja Warrior, and we're going to show you how we're going to fix it. So I've already, the new foot pegs that I'm going to be using is a solid bar. Tack welded them on, wrote it around, made sure that's where I want it to be at. It's pretty comfortable. As you can see, we already took the motor off to where we can flip this bike over and get it all welded up. It's on that bottom bar is where I'll be welding it to, on at the bottom of the motor. So we're gonna get this thing, we're gonna take it to my grandpa's shop, and we're gonna take it, get it all welded up, and I'll show you a little bit of the welding and everything like that, and we'll take it back to our shop, and we'll Jernigan's shop, and get it all painted up. We'll show you putting it all back together and everything, and show you a good ride with it, and let you know how I feel, you know, after doing some good riding. And our next plan will be is to do it with Jernigan's bike. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed today's video.
Alright guys, we took where Ivy broke his pegs off yesterday, put that flat bar across. Now we're fixing the frame, putting some rigidity back to it. Took this piece of pipe and just split it down the middle. And what we're going to do is cut a few pieces that I'm going to put right here and tack them in, wrap them around the bottom of the frame, and then weld them back in on the top. That way, and this side weren't the bad side. This side had started to crack, but it didn't break off. This is the side that actually broke out. So, same thing, we're just gonna patch it here and wrap this around the frame and close it in so it gives a little strength back on those tubes.
Alright guys, I know we had a plan with taking flat metal and kind of bending it around and forming it, but we tried that and it's too thin, and I don't think it's gonna give it any kind of strength. It's just going to cover holes up. So we figured out we would just take the old peg, weld it back, cover the hole up, clean it up. And I've got some metal that I'm going to put between these bars. And I can do it, you know, down here also, to try to get where this weak spot is on this side because of this welding and everything. Tie these bars in for cross members, little square tubing, and that I've got. That should help, you know, strengthen it back up. But we just wanted to give you a little update of what we were going to do, and let's get this thing wrapped up, and we'll get back to you here in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back at the shop now. We've got all that welded in. We put that brace in there. Like we said before, we patched that hole back with the actual piece. We're going to clean all this up. Now, I know these aren't the most best looking welds, but I was using a stick welder, and I know it's penetrated. I know it's burning good, so don't give me too much crap about my welds. They'll hold. And we're going to strip this thing down, take the tank, everything off of it. We're going to give it a paint job. So stay tuned, and we'll get back to you after we get done painting it. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got this thing painted it semi-gloss. Now it is not a professional paint job. Yes, I painted a little bit of dirt in some places, but for what we're doing with it, it'll be perfectly fine. We're going to let it dry for a day or so. Then we'll get it put back together and give it a good test run. That'll be in the next video. We'll get it put back together, and I've got some different decals for it and everything else. It'll look good. But check out that Rattle Can Customs there. But it'll probably the first ride it'll be scratched up and everything else. But it doesn't hurt it to refresh it every now and then. And that's where the hole was that we patched up. And we put that reinforcement in there, so that should hold up pretty good. And that bottom bar, like I said, is welded all the way across front and back. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And also, I have my factory, the grips that I had on the pegs before, the factory grips, they will fit that. So I'll have those back on there. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video when we get this thing back together and do a good run. Try test run of it, make sure those things work good. We'll definitely put them to the test. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully, if anybody's had this problem with this with these pegs breaking off, maybe this can help you. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. Let us know what you think of the channel, and raise hell, praise Dale.